The double Dutch.
Oh.
Yo, what's up? This is Splendid Radio on PharcydeTV with my co-host Jeremy Scipio.
What's going on, people?
And Mr. Dion Lack.
Salutations.
Oh man, I got caught up, man. I apologize for the podcast jumping off late, man. And some of the B-roll conversation. Dion ended up being like one of the homeboys, man. It was kind of cool. I didn't want to cut the conversation short. I didn't want to cut it short, but no, we about to hop into this podcast, man, and dig off into this thing. But no, man, Dion, I really appreciate you coming into the platform and opening up and sharing a little bit of your journey with us. So where were you the first time you heard hip hop, and what was the song?
Woo, man, I'm a late boomer, man. I'm a late bloomer. Like growing up, you always hear the music. You don't associate the genres. Like you hear Whitney Houston, you hear, KRS-One, but you don't really associate, you don't separate them until you fall in love with like the genre. So when I realized that hip hop, rap, rhyming is different than singing and R&B and all that stuff, is like when I start getting invested into the Biggie and Tupac situation and start hearing like they were the greatest of all times and all that stuff. When I start hearing that, I was like, why are they so great? So I came then listening to the Biggie and Tupac, even though I'm grown. I was 9, 10. I can't say I'm grown, but that's when I really got invested into rap. Then you have to pick sides. What side are you on? You Biggie, Tupac? And I was obviously a Biggie fan.
Real quick, I'm gonna share something with you. I'm gonna tell you, like, I really didn't have a preference, even though I'm from the West Coast. Like they were both dope to me, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna tell you something that let me know Tupac was special.
Go for it.
You could have Tupac made music where he could get people stirred up, riled up emotionally, and whoop, 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 and just, ready to go, ready to ride. But he also made music that the girls wanted to hear. And it's like, it confused me.
Yeah.
Because I kick it with a girl. She's like, what you want to hear? See now they really ain't got no choice. It's just, I'm pretty much what I play is what I play. But before I'd be like, what do you want to hear? And a girl will say Tupac, and I'd be like, oh, well, all right.
The shoot 'em up guy? Yeah, when he had the inspirational songs, I feel like he was kind of like peddling. Like I felt like he was like, I'm about to go to jail. Keep your head up. Like it felt like every time he was in trouble, he was like, I gotta have some inspirational songs to get these niggas on my side. But I always looked at him like as a child, I looked at him like a hypocrite. Like I felt like he didn't stay, even though this is diverse, like he's being, he can switch sides and do all types of music. I was like, man, what are you doing? Now that you're in jail, you want to talk about some Dear Mama? Now it's like, remember back then you were kill him up and kill and all this, and all of a sudden you about to go to jail. You doing the inspiration music, but I didn't realize that all music gonna have to sound the same on every single track. Mm-hmm. So I was like stick to your guns. If you're gonna be in jail, keep that same energy. But as a kid, I was like, I don't like him. He's a hypocrite.
Keep that same energy in jail.
Keep that same energy, man. Talk about cop killers in jail. Do that now. Make some music about killing cops in jail. And I was just a fan of how Biggie was on the same level of Tupac, as ugly and fat as he was. So it was just showing that how his talent was trumping the status of Tupac. People was like, he's cute. I'm attracted to him. He's this and this. And Tupac and Biggie was like, man, I don't give a damn about that. My cockeyed, fat, sloppy, still gonna be on the same level.
I'm gonna say, how do you really feel about Biggie? Is there anything you left out?
Did you find Biggie attractive? He literally says fat and ugly as ever. However, he said it himself. He knew.
I mean, yeah, he was very clever with the wordplay. I'll say that. Speaking of Biggie, did you ever think hip hop would take it this far?
Never.
Never. When I say this far, is in hip hop's the #1 genre of music globally.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. It like I have a hip hop trivia show that I created, and we have a segment of
Flex.
Who is this? It's so many rappers now, like active rappers. We show a picture of them, like, who is this? It just shows that like you cannot keep up with this much rap. You can't enjoy albums now because it's like you got 15 new albums from several different artists. You can't be like, this is a classic, because I got to keep going. I got to keep listening to other music. Like we already passed Beyonce's album. It ain't been a weekend.
You read my mind. Oh, you read. I was talking to my boy, and he works over at YouTube, and we were talking about publishing stuff and just cycles of music and whatnot. Literally 2 hours ago, on my way home, we were talking, and he said, we were talking about something, and then I was talking about short cycle. And he's like, man, if Beyonce, the most recognizable female artist, alive right now, if she in the Beehive, like, so Beyonce drops this album, it gets leaked a little bit, but it was interesting because he said, and this is something that he may have heard, I don't follow too much like social media, like articles and, all that kind of stuff, but he said that she used the word spaz or something, and people tried to find that as a reason it can't. And I'm like,
yeah, same with Lizzo. I think it's over in like France, that the word spaz is like a derogatory term. She's gonna go back into the booth and change the word. I'm like, golly, dude.
That's a level of censorship that is going to destroy us overall. But
yeah,
they'll find out the hard way.
Man, so what city did you grow up in, man? I know you told me before, but that's just part of the format. We gotta let people know,
Sure. Born and raised Dayton, Ohio. Yep.
What's in Ohio, man?
You go to the whole Ohio. You could have said Dayton.
Well, let's start with Dayton.
Cat
Williams is from Dayton. Who else? A lot of original music is from Ohio.
Yeah.
The whole G-Funk sound.
Come on.
They sampled a lot of the Ohio sound.
Roger and Zap.
Not just Ohio players. Just
Roger and Zap.
Jeremy's one of these smart guys. I didn't ask him. I'm talking about somebody that can, break it down to my level of comprehension. But that was good though. Like, Roger Zap, Cat Williams.
He's a legend. I'm gonna say this with confidence. He's a legend. Bow Wow.
I knew he was gonna say that. I was like, allegedly a legend.
Allegedly a legend.
Oh man.
He's
been relevant, man, for 30 plus years, man.
He has been relevant. It's debatable. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's not a legend.
I know the whole very recent. You know what I'm saying? Very recent. And you know what I'll say? I'll say this is, if you want to say Bow Wow's like amongst all the other stuff, he's the first at. I'll say he was one of the first people to get caught stunting on social media, talking about he was on that private. He was on a private. Yeah, he was on a private jet. You know what I'm saying? And,
he messed up. He definitely messed up.
Yeah, the fact they made that into a challenge was hilarious. They kept making, I'm about to go into my Lambo over here, the Bow Wow challenge. They just walk into people's cars doing the whole Bow Wow challenge.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with this time period anyway, because the whole exposure thing, like we were able to, I wouldn't say we, because I wasn't part of it, but back in the day, everything was like glamorized and shine and glossed over, and we accepted that as reality. But now just so many cameras and so many other things, so many ways to expose people. So we're kind of seeing behind the scenes, and we see who can float. And I really feel bad for Bow Wow, because as a child star on that level, you can tell his mind is warped. Like his version of reality is not reality. And constantly he has to keep up that front because it's a part of his identity.
Well, look at it like this, man. His childhood, I can't say it's like Michael Jackson. Just imagine his childhood. He was making money.
Yeah.
And then every year it slowly stops dropping. So now he's steady. He's trying to stay relevant. Imagine you made, I'm just throwing it out there. Imagine you made $30,000 a day as a child.
Mhm.
You just spinning and doing wild stuff. Now you're making $500 a day. So
And-
now your luxurious life is depleting, and now you're on Love and Hip Hop. Now you're doing endorsements for do-rags.
Hey.
So you got to figure out a way to get back to that drug, that childhood drug.
You know, the interesting thing is that, you know, okay, he was making a lot of money, but you got to look at the people around him. He was around the Puffies, he's around the Jermaine Dupri's, he's around the Snoop Dogs.
Yeah.
And like, you know,
Still.
the interesting thing, like me, I never was like really into the Hollywood scene or the super entertainment scene. You know, I dealt with a rap group that was kind of like around all that. But I'll tell you on a micro level, if a dude goes out and let's just say he gets a BMW 5 Series. We're not talking about you an artist. We're not talking about nothing glamorized, whatever. We just saying you roll in a Camry and then you get the 5 Series latest year, whatever. You got to get clothes. You got to take whoever the girl you messing with, you got to take her out to dinner.
Yep.
You got to start taking people. And then it just because you get this one thing, it starts the domino effect of all these things that you need to keep up with. And it's just amazing, man.
Yep. It's sad. It's sad and sickening. Imagine if you're just a homeboy of a bunch of rich people. Like,
imagine. I'm living it. What are you saying?
and you got to make the decision of this is not my crowd no more, or I have to live up to their expectations. Because you don't know to be like, man, Jeremy, you never pay, man. What's up?
I never asked for anything. I don't want to. Bro, I know my role.
we going to Paris tomorrow. You down? You be like, I would love to, but I can't afford to walk away from my day job.
That's just them being nice. I say, hey, thank you for including me, but you know what's up. So that's all that is.
So imagine what Bow Wow's going through, because a lot of people still look at him as he got money. So they say, hey, we having a party in Cancun. You coming tonight? He be like, yeah. Let me see how much money I got in my bank.
Hey, you heard about I don't want to bash on Bow Wow this whole time, but you remember 50 Cent told a story. They was at the strip club and they throwing money. It's 50 gave them money to throw. He gave everybody money to throw.
He didn't all the money.
He was throwing it, but he was picking it up off the ground, putting it in his pocket. And I forgot who exposed. I think it was Fabulous. Fabulous was like, yo, you picking up the money, man. You can't do that.
You can't pick it up, man.
Hey,
Frankie, I need this money.
I don't blame him, man. Yo,
hey, I wish when it came to strip clubs, you tap out. Like, I don't want to see my money slowly depleting. I wish I could be like, have a card, be like, I want to spend $325. And they're just free lap dances the whole time. Like, I don't want to see it slowly leaving my hand.
Yo, you might be on to something. Like, make it like Chuck E. Cheese, where you get like fake money, or like, because I remember I used to go to like Dave & Buster's back in the day, and they used to have to let the slots, and it switched over to the card. They was taking more money. You didn't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at least, you know, you can have more fun because you're not watching it.
I'm telling you, when you have cash, it does something to your head. When you see yourself counting the money, that hurts. But if you have a card, like, I only want to spend $400. And now it's free lap dances the whole time. You like, I'm not even thinking about money. All I know that the security's gonna come and get me with my $400. sorry, you're wait. let me swipe one more time.
What was the soundtrack to your junior high school experience?
The what?
The soundtrack to your junior high school experience.
Middle school.
Ooh, we do middle school. I think you said junior high, right?
Yeah, well, same thing. Middle school.
No. Jeremy said, I was like, that's not an Ohio thing. We say middle school.
This is so confusing. The school that I was supposed to go to had a junior high. I went to a school that was 4 through 12. So
okay. All right. My middle school soundtrack. It's gonna be a lot of white songs, because I went to a majority white school. It was hold on. I can hear it. I can hear it. It's a Green Day song.
Oh man, I didn't know he was like that, dog. Like, yo, when you say you're a late bloomer,
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, like, because for one, I had a yearbook video. I had a yearbook video that played the entire video. So when I hear middle school, I hear that. So I mean, if I want to go hip hop, I would go. Is that Humpty Hump? Because I remember we learned that in the actual talent show.
Which one's the song?
Humpty.
The dance, the Humpty dance. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do hip hop, I'll definitely do that.
That's funny.
Yeah, my crew was 3 white dudes and a mixed guy, and they was heavy on Green Day, man.
Wow. So you went. Did you go from Humpty to Tupac, or were you just? Oh, this is just 2 separate eras for you completely.
No, what I'm saying is like I didn't have favorites. It was just music to me. Like I didn't fall in love with hip hop. It literally was just like
that other music.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, I know the song, but I wasn't attached to it yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yes. Rest in peace, Shock G.
Yes, sir. Yes,
what does that mean? I always laugh at the term "rest in peace." What is the opposite?
Well, which part? You
rest in
wake
peace,
in peace,
like suffer. I want you rest screaming.
Yeah, if you go to hell, that's what technically. I guess you can rest in peace in hell and then rest in peace in heaven too. You know what I'm saying?
I just know the option, man. Just you're sleeping. You're resting.
I'm okay with the term.
Having a seizure in your sleep.
I'm okay with the term. I think we overuse the acronym. That you just rip everywhere, rip. It's like, yo, just spell it out, and that I think that's if you love the person, those be like, oh man, rip.
Rip.
I'm with the East Coast people. God bless the sick. God bless the dead, man. God bless the dead. You know what I'm saying? They keep it simple.
Pushing daisies.
You know what I'm saying? So when you were in high school, what did you think your path was going to be once you graduate?
Man, my life was drawing, football, and acting. Those are my 3 things. You said high school? Yeah, drawing, football, and acting. I did a lot of hosting in high school as far as like, doing comedy for talent shows and stuff, but never thought I would be here. I thank God that my aunt said, come on out here and stay with me. LA, this is perfect for you. I was like, oh no, I can't leave Ohio. That's all I know. Like, come on out here and stay with me. I would have never done this on my own. Yeah, so I can draw really well. I did a lot of acting and I played football. As soon as I tore my ACL, I started leaning towards acting, because obviously you don't got to have healthy knees. So I started doing stand up and acting 2002, and this is where I'm at now.
Spinning the record back a little bit. So ACL is a.
I don't know the acronym.
No. But I'm just saying so it's in your knee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean that's death for any athlete of any age.
That's
like
Kawhi.
I've heard people rehabilitate. I've heard a very few. I've heard them.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard.
You can rehabilitate, but you shouldn't be playing on that period.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think LeBron may had a torn ACL. If you get it at a young age, you good. But you get it past 30, your contract is gonna be depleting very soon. You're gonna get that top rate salary cap. You're gonna be in that veterans cut. You're gonna that Harden rate now.
3 the hard way shooting jumpers. You know what I'm saying? Or the big 3 shooting jumpers.
So Dion Lag is a renaissance man. He does a little of everything. He's a good person to have just behind any project. Like seriously, this dude. But I'll tell you what's interesting, how I first discovered him.
Oh boy.
I think you still have it. I have a laptop.
You still got a laptop?
Yeah, my boy sold me a laptop in 2008, I believe, right? It was new. forgot. He like a gamer, so it just wasn't. It didn't do enough for him, right? And he erased everything. But he's like, let me just show you this video real quick. He showed me a video of this guy. Was trying to. I guess he was trying to talk to this little kid's mother, and the kid slapped the dude, and he said, one, don't talk to my mama, and two, keep your hands off my Doritos.
Yep.
And that dude was Dion Lack that I didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
So it took me a while. I think what happened was I met him organically through comedy, but I saw him on stage talking about the Super Bowl commercial that he won.
The biggest
and
commercial.
I was like, yo, that was you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yo. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, wow, that's the dude. And I even called the dude that sold me the laptop. I was like, man, guess what? I know that dude.
Hey, it was crazy because Jeremy told me that story numerous times, and it always like, that's so crazy that we met from that. Like, not from that, but like he saw
the universe.
You affect people on a micro level, and you never know until they tell you. You know what I mean? You just never know. Like that, you have permanently affected my life even before I met you.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. I need to trump that credit because I need something in my life to trump that credit because people are still bringing that credit is so big. Yeah. People still give me old credits like, yo, he's the guy from the Doritos commercial from 2010. I'm like, damn it. I still don't have nothing that trumps that. I can't have an HBO TV show, or he's a guy that was in Sopranos. I
mean, it's coming, but at the same time, I mean, you've done a lot. You've done a lot.
It's more of a joke. I'm not offended. It's more silly. Like, God, it's like going to like Samuel Jackson. Like, hey, you the crackhead who got killed in Goodfellas, weren't you? He's like, nigga, hey, I am Nick Fury.
You know how many years Chris Rock was just Pookie though. Chris Rock, he was Pookie.
Yeah,
like he had done all these big things, and they still like New Jack City. You can do this on crack.
Yeah.
Shoot, my biggest credit is actually this sucks, man. It's the open for Dave Chappelle one off night. That's it. Boy. That's it. People still be bringing that up. And I'd be like, man, I don't like my credits to rest in another man's name. Hey. Like Paul Mooney, I can never do. Like, oh, this man wrote for Richard Pryor. Like, man, kill me now. I can't do that. But yo, I'll be waiting for something.
But that's. I mean, as long as they don't say the date, that's a good credit. He opened up for Dave Chappelle. Hey, don't say from in 2014. I'm good by saying that.
No, right? But then people gonna say, oh, when? And they say, hey, when you see him say this. Yeah. I'm like, nah, it ain't like that. And then I don't want them to run up on him and be like, hey, yo, Jerry sit there and say he open for you. Like, what? Who? Never.
Oh yeah, I get it. Like, you don't want them to come.
No, now you gotta remind me. Be like, oh, remember that one? Yeah, I do remember. Oh, that was crazy. Like, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying?
But it's good for the audience, but not for the comedians. Because they're like, nigga, hold on, man. Dollar Rollins open up for him. Hey, come on. Hey, let's not be so loud about this, all right?
I mean, I know all those openers, and I'm cool with everybody, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I just, like you said, just that one. I want that one that just wipes that off the like that don't even matter. Yeah. So what was your path into writing and film?
My path, not waiting for Hollywood. I do remember the transition. When I first came to Hollywood, I had a burst of success with certain commercials. And like I'm talking about early, 7 months in, I got on Comic View. I had a commercial. I got into an acting, an agent. And then, of course, Hollywood will spit you back out. After all that goes away, I was like, I want to keep going. I want to write. So I was like, hey, I wrote something. Who wants to shoot it? And it's set there. All right, I guess I got to shoot it myself. I'll write it and I'll shoot it on like a generic camera. All right, yeah, who wants to edit it? Nobody. Okay, y'all want to do it for free? This is a good project. All right, that's it. Got to write, you got to shoot, I got to edit. Hey, I got another project, yo. Who wants to market it for me? I want to get it on some eyes. I was like, damn it, I really have to create a team. So after a lot of trial and error of like 8 or 9 years of figuring out you got to do stuff yourself, I met a young lady at my church, and we created the company Lactose Entertainment. Jeremy knows her, Twilla, and we've done numerous projects together, build many different companies and businesses, and we're still at it. So that's where I'm at with the writing, producing, directing, editing.
I don't think I knew you was on Comic View. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, well, I'll send you the link.
They took you off?
They took it off YouTube. I was doing like this is early YouTube. I was doing like 100,000 views, and then they was like, "Oh, he getting money for this," and they took it down. So every time I upload it, it'll take it back down. Yeah, I'll send the link.
Who produced? They ain't gonna say their name. I was like,
who produced it?
Yeah, because I said we could just roll up on them. We know everybody.
It was
let's go get your bread, bro.
Rashawn McDonald, Steve Harvey's ex manager.
Oh, let's run up on Steve. We can run up on him, get you paid, bro.
Yeah, I'll send you the link because they kept flagging it like you don't own this. You don't own this,
bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Who booked you, Michelle?
Michelle.
2002? Oh.
No,
I know she used to cast for a little bit, but I think she was way later. Yeah.
No, this is 2002. So Rashad McDonald literally see me at the nightclub Mixed Nuts. And I was just performing. He said, "Hey man, I love your bit about blah blah blah." And at the time I was cussing like crazy. And then I was like, if I'm gonna be on TV, I gotta keep it clean for my mom. So I changed my whole entire set. And he looked at me like, "Didn't I say I like you for this bit? Why did you change your?" I was like, "Well, I want my mom to see that." He said, all right, you playing games. And he didn't even air didn't air it. But they gave me the tape and they gave me the footage. So I have proof. When I tell you I had a movie night, a group of people waiting for that shit to come on.
Oh man.
Like, August 29th, it's coming on today. Watch this, y'all. I had the big ass chair in the middle, everybody around me. I'm after him. I'm after Dr. Ken. No,
Dr. Ken. Oh, he was
you on BET. Oh, the credits coming up. Oh no.
Get your laugh on. Hey, you gotta get your laugh on. Yeah. Those sets were short though, man. That's crazy. They can give you 2 minutes.
Yeah, they overbooked the show just in case there's some hiccups. They just took my entire set out, yo.
The whole set was a hiccup. That's messed up, man.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad set. It was not a bad set. It was just like he said, I didn't like your, because it was 2 church sets on the show. And he was like, I don't want these sets back to back. And that's why he placed me with this bit in this show, because he's like, all you guys had different material.
I mean, could he not request? Like, why didn't he just come to you and request that bit before?
Well, I'm literally 19, and I'm thinking this is how the game works. He said, "Hey man, that's some funny dude. You had a joke. I had a joke about the skinny midget. And so why you never see a skinny midget?" And I had like a whole little bit about it. He's like, "Dude, that skinny midget bit, whoo, that killed me. I went back with my wife, man. That's so funny, dude." I was like, cool. I'm not doing any of that. I'm gonna do my church bit. He was like, "What happened to the skinny midget bit? What happened to that?" I was like, my mom gonna watch this. There's a lot of cussing in there, and I don't want her to see me on TV like that. He was like, "Okay, all right. You think you run things here. All right."
Hey man, that's your short film right there, man.
Yeah.
About the time when everybody showed up at the house, man, to watch.
Yeah. I had concubines massaging me. I'm watching like this. Oh shit, what just fell off?
Hey, you're really good with act outs, man. Is that really happened back then?
No. I thought something about the fall. I was like, oh shit, it really is something off the show.
Oh man, y'all funny. So you've been around the block, Dion.
Don't say it like that.
Well, in the business, but
not
the
women didn't told me about you.
Hey, that's how you leveled up in the industry. Being around the block. Okay, I see it. All right.
So what do you think about all these content creators? Like, it's like everybody is so I can tell. And I apologize because when I did the IG post, I didn't go into any of your comedy. Like I didn't dig that far into it. Okay. But like, even with the conversation that we had before we hopped into the podcast, I could, like, you the homeboy, like, you funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? We saw eye to eye on the whole chili on the shirt type thing, whatever. But for you to really have paid the dues and to have come from Ohio, scraping and scratching through LA, able to make a way for yourself somewhat. We had content creators before COVID, but it kind of seemed like since COVID, there was just like, it's like rappers, like it's just a million rappers, like literally just like a million rappers. What do you think about all these content creators?
Great question.
This track.
No. It's a great question. There's a lot to unpack. When it comes to content creators, I'm always asking myself to ask them, why do you want to be a content creator?
Okay.
Do you feel like you are an influence? And for most, and to unpack that, a positive influence. For me, I'm like, I wanted more followers to sell stuff, to get my, if I say, hey, I have a short film, watch this. Mm-hmm. Hey, I have a book, buy this. A lot of people just like, it's like a big dick. It's like abs. It's like, hey, y'all, look what I got. I have 100,000 followers. They have no intentions of why they're in this direction. They're like, what is your intentions? Like, hey, man, I got 100,000 followers. Believe in me. But no one wants to do the work. It's like, are you want to be an actor? Do you want to just do this? Like, what is your end game for this? Mm-hmm. So when I see people who have these crazy numbers, and it's like, do you want to be an actor? Okay, it's time for you to do the work. Get into some, like, get an agent, like, practice, take some master classes or get in some acting schools. Like, by you doing nothing but online content, you don't know how to accept direction from other people. Mm-hmm. If you are practicing some certain way, say, okay, now can you turn it down and not be a character and just be your natural self? It's like, nah, I've been doing this for the past 2 years. It has worked for them. It's like, now you can't take directions from a person who's actually trying to give you a job. So when I see people, like when I see a lot of influencers in the auditions, it's like, you guys are falling apart because you feel like your method is the way I've gotten on because of how I've done it. And now that you came in, now that you want to hire me, I'm going to give you exactly what you want. Like, hey, you doing too much? Bring it down. So, well, this is how I came in. I'm always the one that's doing the move like this. Like, no, just turn it down. We don't need that much character. And I've seen a lot of people, they crumble. It's like, you know what? You guys are rejecting me. So let my fans be my, like, my pick me up, because I'm being rejected all day with these self-tapes. With you telling me I'm not good enough. These people over here love me. I can keep doing what I'm doing. And I've seen so many people just like fall apart because it's like, man, Hollywood is hate. I got to do it myself. Like, no, you're just not that great. You do have a fan base. You have a base, but you don't know how to act.
I know one comic. I'm not gonna say who, but his whole set, he does stand up, and he's a decent stand up. It's funny, but his whole set is how much he hates LA. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is somebody who's successful. And look, if anybody got something to be bitter on about LA, it would be me. And I'm okay with my life and career. My stuff is great. And I'm sitting there looking at this guy, I'm looking at this who essentially sound like a brat. It's like, oh, because you got this part of the game easier. This part's harder for you. And now the whole game's trash.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, how you think goes on the other end where, hey, somebody's the dopest, most talented stand-up, but they like, oh man, I can't edit this video on TikTok fast enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's it just sucks that people can't see the whole game for what it is. And is there this one person that got it all mastered? Probably, but for the most part, you need some type of team or some type of backing or some type of, we need each other in some capacity. And I think that's what the full lesson not the city.
When you can figure out a way to be yourself, create content quickly, and I think I figured out a way for me, this is my thing, of just being. If you see my recent sort of series of being rejected or trolled, that's my quickly way of making content. It's like I'm like doing like a bit of like, hey y'all, what's going on? And I'm reading kind of like, hey, why you fat as shit? Oh, that's crazy. Like I do like a way of like I'm quickly
that's funny.
Like getting rejected. So I was like, if I could do this once a day and be and kind of play the game of the algorithm, I'm fine. I'm not that person that's like can do a side by side and be like, yo, can y'all imagine this and all this stuff? I'm not that observational person that can kind of come off the top of my head and find all the humor from that. Like I'm not the person that can kind of edit something real quick from my phone. Like I can edit, but I gotta remove it from my phone, take it to the computer, add all these effects, bring it back to the phone, then upload it. I was like, this is way too much for, a 30-second video. But when I see people that can do like stuff from their phone and chop it and jump cuts really quick in like 10 minutes, I'm like, y'all on a whole different level. Y'all deserve every follow y'all got.
Dude, I was with I took Slink to this event called Wonderful at the Levitt at the what do you call it? Park. Man, I can't even think of the name of the park, but I know it's just a gang of homeless people. It's off of Wilshire, but it's
MacArthur Park.
Yes. Ting. It was amazing how they didn't have homeless people up in that mug though. Like how
in the water? In the water?
No. So across from it, they have like a little pavilion, like a little live thing or whatever. And
they shoot the homeless people away. I know he's like, what? They would do that there, but no, it's actually pretty nice.
I was like, man, it was like a little family environment, like a little summer picnic and everything. And I was like, why are all the homeless people at that part over there and not over here? Like, how do they not? Mm-hmm. But anyway, that was amazing to me.
There's money to be made. That's why. But go ahead.
So exactly. But to your point, so I was there with Slink about maybe about like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours or whatnot. But he was getting little bits because it was a celebration of Stevie Wonder. So they were like, you got about 1,000 people in the park singing every word to every Stevie Wonder song, dancing, blah, blah, blah. And like, he literally like added music, like did everything from his phone. And I was just like, damn. And he's like, no. And he's trying to show me. And I'm like, man, that's over my head, man. That's just that,
It's a lot to unpack. I mean,
that's how the kids are these days, man. And they're getting younger and smarter and faster. I mean, that's just the way it is.
My daughter's really good at TikTok. And I literally like, how you add the caption? Because what I'm saying, there's Instagram and Snapchat. You got TikTok is a lot of different apps. And they all different places. I'm like, man, I don't want to keep learning these different platforms, man. I just want to be a filmmaker. Like, why am I learning these little commercials of filmmaking?
Can you imagine because stand-up is kind of a young art form like hip-hop. Could you imagine like when stand-up first came around, it was like the Instagram of his day, and people started booking jobs. It's like by the boatloads, it's like, oh, get this guy, he funny. And then it's like one actor who's like a trained Juilliard actor, like, I want to act. And he's like, yeah, well, can you tell a joke behind a microphone? He's like, I can tell a joke on 1, 2. Knock, who's there? What's so special about that? He doesn't know the arts.
Yeah. And that's how I felt. That's how I felt about Vine. I used to work with Batch. Now remember when Vine came out, I was like, dude, I'm telling you, this is where it's at. This is where it's at. I was like, no, I'm not creating 6-second content. I literally have written 4 films. Why would I try to minimize this to 6 seconds? I'm a setup.
5 years later. Yo,
had I known.
No, he was on me too, man. I remember when let's do Super Hot Fire when he was buzzing
Deshaun
Raw, man. When he was hot, Batch was not. And Batch came to me. He was like, yo, I want to, he said it. He said, I want to be a YouTube star. He said that.
Hold on 1 second real quick. We gotta spin that record back. You talking about King Batch?
Yes.
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Small community.
I'm gonna tell you how uneducated, uninformed I am. I didn't know who he was until Black Jesus.
Wow.
Had no idea.
Wow.
That's fair.
Yeah, had no idea who he was. And his character was, funny. Like, I thought he was just an actor. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I thought he was an actor. And then I ended up developing a relationship with Slink. And then, I asked him about different people and stuff like that. And he was just like, man, this dude, he can do the acting thing, but he has this other thing that's going on. And he's kind of like the other thing. He's like a superstar.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, huh? And then I started going online and looking at his YouTube stuff, and I'm like, damn, this dude it's just amazing how you can look at somebody and you see like one channel of what their art is, but they have this whole other skill set thing, and it's something that's really, valuable to a lot of people. And they're able to kind of do both, which I give him a lot of credit, because it's like, I'll say, in my opinion, you guys know him and all that, but in my opinion, for me to watch him on Black Jesus and to not know that he had the YouTube thing going on or whatnot, to me, he was a good actor. So it was like, so when I saw the YouTube thing, it kind of spoiled a perception that I had about content creators and everybody kind of being like on the bandwagon, or, like not really making the transition. But to my point, I didn't know that Ryan Davis did comedy before he did the social. Yeah, before he did the social media, the social media stuff. And it was interesting because I kind of looked at Ryan Davis and I was like, okay, the guy that does the funny, the funny social media stuff. Yeah. But then it's like, that's just a part of his skill set. He is the comedian too.
Well, I come from me and Ron and whatever, we go to art schools and stuff like that. Dion, like, people constantly find ways to put you in a box of perception. You know what I mean? Like, in whatever they put you in, you have to be that to them. So, and if they find out about something else, they tend to wave that off. So it takes a bunch of grinding on that other thing, or somebody of, notable respect to acknowledge you in that way for other people to jump on. But, I actually, I do it too, as far as putting people in the box, but I also understand that, it's not on them to show you who they are. They just being themselves. They might be something else some other day. And you talk about how people started. Everybody started in different. Like, this is like Will Smith trying to prove to a kid Will Smith was a rapper, bro. Like, that's hard. That's hard work. That's hard work.
That's funny.
Trying to prove that LL Cool J was a rapper to a kid. Man, that's like, what? Who that? No way. Ice Cube.
Ice-T.
Ice-T, like the heart. Yo, this dude hated cops. No, he plays the best cop. You know what I'm saying? So, it takes a while to build those type of perceptions. And,
for the longest, my daughter thought Michael Jordan was a shoe designer, and George Foreman was a cook.
Hey, George Foreman got in there. Yeah. So I want to throw a joke in there, but I'm gonna move on. Please tell us about the Lack family Christmas rap, and will there be one for 2022?
Wow, that is too ironic that you asked that. I'm literally writing 22 right now.
Yes.
You called me. I said, oh shit. Delete, not delete, but minimize, and I hopped on the Zoom. I probably wrote 10 bars of the rap.
Wow.
And preparing it to send to my girls. Mr. Greg, if you don't know, every year up 2014. Fun fact, Jeremy is literally the first person who I sent the video to.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
100%. Because it's not really because, it literally was like, what do you do? What you working on now? I said, I'm doing a Christmas rap. He's like, oh, I would like to hear it. And as soon as I finished it, I sent it to you. I was like, this is what I was telling you about yesterday. You was literally the first person I sent it to in 2014. And that year, it went on to like do Huntington Post and then like People, and some people from Ellen reached out to us. And it did like I think 39,000 views or something like that. And then we was like, we got to keep going. This is our memories for the every year. So it's great to see my kids growing up throughout these videos, and it's happening so fast. So
I also think it's cool. You talk about memories. You know, my family, it's hard to lock down a photo album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to have something that specific, that cool, and then, you know, even for your kids, you know, I'm just guessing with their perspective, like, yo, my dad is this dope, you get this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they come off, it's legit, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Mr. Dion Lack has bars, man. Like, he catch you off guard a little bit, but he got bars, you know what I mean? Like, he got bars. They did something positive with it too. See, made your mama proud, you know what I mean? You ain't have to be cussing with your raps.
Greg, I do dialogue rap. So it's like, you know, someone's asking the question, someone answers it. You know, it literally is is like informative of what happened that year. So it's also like a diary, so we know what happened specifically to that person that year, not created as a story. So it's before that, we did like this whole series with a bunch of comedians called Lyrical Flash Mob, and it was just a bunch of comedians rapping in sketches that I created. And I was like, what better ways to add my family to it? And then from there on, every year we created a rap for Christmas, like a recap of that year.
Other than your potty mouth performance that got you on the fame that you had, and then they snatched it away from you because I'm sure your faith played. I'm sure your faith. No, I'm doing a lead in into the next question. So I'm sure you switched up your performance for your mother because you want your mom to be able to see it without, a bunch of profanity. With that being said, how has faith played a role in your decision making?
I would lie and said it hasn't, but I would say my children, you would say?
I know you go cry. He was like, oh. I would say.
Can I have a moment? Can I have a moment, please? Tissue. I kind of like, once you start to understand, like, for me, once you start to kind of feel like this is who I am, I talk like this, I act like this, I do make an effort to not embarrass my kids. Like I'm always thinking to myself, I'm never going to be blasphemous. I'm never going to denounce God or Jesus or anything like that. But I feel like when you're on stage, you're a character, just like acting. No one's never like, hey, Denzel Washington, you killed 5 people in Training Day. What's going on with that? How's that faithful? I'm always thinking like I'm a character. I know how to turn on, I know how to turn off. But when I have control of my perception and my POV on how I look at things, I always think about my kids of like, I'm never going to talk about their mom. I'm never going to talk about them specifically, like things that's trauma. But I feel like that is faith, family kind of intertwined together, how that makes my decisions, from here on out. But in the beginning, I was just like, oh my God, I just want my mom to be proud of me. And I was like, man, why am I lying to myself? Like I literally just had a threesome Tuesday. No.
First time I'm hearing about this.
No, but it was like, I can't like lie to myself like this is who I am, even though I could clean up who I am. But until then, this is who I am. I want to be as true as possible to my comedy and how I see things.
Dope.
Could you please tell us about your comedy rap album, sir?
This is alcohol, by the way. Comedy rap album. Everything I do, I'm always telling myself I want to leave this world empty. And I did that because I wanted.
Okay. That's confusing. You want to leave the world empty? Like you want to erase the people?
I want to.
But I get it. You said you want to make sure you're empty.
I'm gonna take everything. Yeah. I'm sucking everybody out.
I'm not listening to your stuff again. That's what the goal is.
Yeah. I want to die empty. So I was like, I need to do all the things I always wanted to do, at least one chapter of it. I wanted to rap. I wanted to write a book. I wanted to act. I wanted to do comedy. I wanted to draw. I can leave this world and I'm remembered in so many different facets. So now that I did everything I'm good at, I can start over and just kind of double up on different chapters. Like I definitely want to create I want to create another rap album with me actually rapping. I was always self-conscious of rapping because again, I did not know rapping was going to be this big. I was definitely like, I can't be a 30-year-old rapper. At the time, at that time, I was like, man, if I'm gonna rap, let me at least make it into a comedy form. So people was like, oh, he's being silly. So that's why I had a bunch of comedians rapping into the dialogue thing. I thought it must be fun. But now I'm like, I think I need to create a diary of who I am and where I'm at, my flow, my allegories and metaphors, and this is an MP3 diary. I want to create more scripts. I'm always like, in my will, make this movie. Yeah. Proceeds go to my kids, stuff like that. I want somebody to be like, you know what? He really loved this idea. We're going to make this into a comic book. We're going to make this into a TV show. I would love that. It's done. I just want, what I'm saying? Now I have something to give to the world.
Who's your major writing influence?
Woo! That's a lot to unpack because we can go from like comedy, drama, horror.
Give us three.
I love the perspective of Jim Gaffigan and Bill Burr.
Real quick on Bill, I was amazed to watch. It was The Mandalorian. I want to say it was, and he can act. I mean, he ain't no punk when it comes to acting. Yeah. I mean, he really and the thing about it was I got caught up into the character, and I'm like, he's familiar because they do a lot of that with the Disney Star Wars. And I got caught up in the character, and I'm like, I know this guy from somewhere. That's know.
Dope. Oh wow!
And he brought the comedy. It was just a little bit of comedy in it.
Yeah,
he was more. It was more drama than comedy in his character. And I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I'm looking. And I'm like, oh, I get it. I was like, I was pleasantly amazed because I felt like his level of thespian equaled his comedic genius.
I love that.
Like literally they were equal, and that was amazing. I'll let you continue, but that just like that one for me.
I love that.
Was it but the thing about it though, to Jeremy's point, if someone would have waved a flag in the air and said, Bill is an actor, and then you're seeing him do comedy, the polarity of those two things may have made one not as interesting as the other.
Yeah.
But seeing him come to the screen as a thespian, but then he put little bits and pieces of the comedy in it. He wasn't like the funniest dude in the world. He wasn't like honestly, I feel like they picked him to be that character because he could act, and then the cherry on top was just that he's a funny cat too.
Yeah, he's really good. Well, I've seen him in another movie, an actual comedy. I haven't seen him in Mandalorian. I didn't watch it. Yeah, yeah. I love that about actors. I have a friend, Kareem Grimes, that he's in American All-American. And I only watched it because he was in it. And then to the point I forgot that he's my friend. I'm watching like, I hate this dude. And I called him up. I was like, yo, let me tell you something. I forgot that this was you. I was literally telling myself like, this dude is making all bad decisions. He ever lying to his kids like this. And I had to call him. He's like, oh man, that's what's up, man. That's a big compliment. I was like, that's what's up though. My other two influences as writers is Edgar Wright and Aaron Sorkin.
Okay. I know that. Speaking of writing, tell us about your book.
Glad you asked, my guy. This book started off as a joke. I don't know if you remember it, Jeremy, but it's a lot to unpack. I'm gonna tell you the joke versus the book. So the joke was my daughter asked me, how does the human body works? And I told her that it's like your white blood cells like an army in your body. And she was like, oh, okay. So it's like, what if bacteria comes in? I was like, well, you got to fight it out. And I'm explaining to her how the body works. And I was like, this sounds like a fun book to write. Let me create a world that it's a bunch of soldiers in your body fighting off diseases and stuff. So I was like, but what if someone else's blood cells go inside the other one? Would that become bacteria? So I was creating this world of like, I wanted to explain it to my kid, but I don't explain that in the book. But I created this world from my description telling my daughter. So I was like, what if it was an arrogant blood cell? Like, y'all are not going to slave me like this. I need more compensation and I'm going to leave. And he's like, if I don't get no more money, I'm leaving. So he decided to leave and now he became bacteria. Now the other body's blood cells is fighting him, but now he has to figure out jump bodies to get back to his original body. But in this world I'm creating, they're ships. So it's like they're being bartered ships in this big ocean. So that's just the foundation of my book. But it's a whole world of that. But I don't never acknowledge the fact that this is where it came from.
So you invented coronavirus.
I did.
This is the book.
Literally April 2019. Yes.
That was the whole book was about.
You might be onto something. That might be a sequel right there. Yeah. That might be the sequel. And Monkeypox would be the fourth book.
Monkeypox. But I thought you got two books, right?
I have two books. Actually, it's one book. People looked at it and said 300 pages. Shit. So I had to break that Act 1 up, Act 2 up.
Man, what's her name? Dang.
Michelle Obama.
J.K. Rowling, man. Come on.
I ain't there yet.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep going, yeah, keep going. That's it.
Her books be thick. But when you can be captivating like that to keep people around for 500 plus pages, you got some poetry in motion.
Did you? I can't remember. Did you change your name on there? Is it Dion Lack on the book?
Dion Lack.
Oh, I was like D.R. Lack.
I was gonna go by my original name. Yeah. My full name is Roderick Dion Lacking.
Yeah,
I was gonna do Roderick D. Lacking, but I was like, man, I don't want to forget where I'm at. They be like, wait, you just said your name was Dion. Like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm lying. Like I stole the book idea from somebody else.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like that's like authors have the same type of name, but that's what Gerard was doing this whole time.
Gerard Carmichael. Oh. Yeah. He was it Rodan?
That's a Godzilla villain.
Timmy, what is it?
Timmy. That's a dude that owed 50 Cent money. No, it's Rothaniel.
Rothaniel.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great sexual position, don't it? I gave her that Rothaniel.
That's wild.
You have no idea. I flipped her over and gave her that Rothaniel.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's people suggested to me, even when I first started comedy, like, you got like a comic name or a stage name or something like that. And I never really been that type of person, but I never.
I'm glad you didn't do it.
Which is so many people did it now, made me wish I kind of did. Like, everybody.
You're
nobody's who they were. They actually are. Nobody. Like, you can point around like, wait, your name ain't. I thought you were.
Yeah, I didn't like the gimmick names. Like, it's so funny that we just totally bypassed the fact his name is Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah. So many people did it now, made me wish I did. Yeah, of course.
What just happened?
He playing it.
Oh. Yeah, it's like
you gotta mute it.
His name is Cedric the Entertainer. We just totally acknowledge, like, we just like if you change it to somebody else, it's like saying my name is Paul the Entertainer or Paul the Dancer.
Think about the discrediting that goes on. Like, man, who's next? Cedric the Entertainer. Like, you better be entertaining, motherfucker. Like, so,
that's a lot of pressure, right?
No, I actually like it, even though I'm not of it though. I like your hot sauces and your you got something damn fool. I like that.
Yeah. I didn't know Bernie Mac's name on that. His name is like Bernard McKelvey or something like that.
Yeah, McCullough, something like that. Yeah, you got plenty of them. I'm trying not to expose anybody right now, but I know there's quite a few.
Yeah. Like, when you hear the real names, you'd be like, ugh. Like, we're so used to the names now. Like,
I don't do it to any
Garrett Dixon first came out. I see when he first came out. When Garrett Dixon first, his name was G Wiz.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying his name wasn't Garrett Dixon. I'm about to say, man, come on, man. Don't be breaking my heart, man.
Yeah.
Nobody.
He started to realize, like, this was stupid. This was a horrible idea.
Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Man, nah, I'm gonna have a stage name soon. I'm gonna change.
Too late, man. You went too deep, man. You 10, 12 years in.
Nobody know me.
Nah, you can't do it now, man.
Nobody knows
you
me.
On flyers. I can Google you. I can find you.
I'll put that dude in the past.
That's
that dude's a scandal away from never existing again.
I love how like Ludacris and 50 Cent try to go back to the original. Like, nah, nigga. Man, your name is Ludacris. It's Chris Bridges. Nah, man. No. It's Curtis Jackson. Nah, you 50 Cent.
The Rock.
You went too deep. You went too deep, brother.
Jay-Z, this was part of his plan, but I'm glad he didn't stick to it. So when he retired, he was going to come back and he, just to kind of say, see, I told you I'm still retired, as S. Carter. Kingdom Come. That's why Kingdom Come didn't have anything on it. It was just supposed to be S. Carter. But then it was like, hey, man, we can't sell tickets to your shows.
We can't sell tickets, man. We don't know who that is. Your face ain't on here.
He's like, you right.
Yeah, that's funny.
Man. But yeah, what's your favorite documentary?
Favorite documentary just came out, man.
Really?
I'm gonna go for the gusto. My favorite documentary is The Girl in the Picture, man.
Oh, I gotta see that.
On Netflix. When I say it has so many twists and turns, I said, man, whoever directed this did they thing.
It's like a time traveler?
No. It's you see it?
I'm
Girl
looking
in the
at
Picture.
I pulled it up though. Yeah.
When I tell you, like when you tell a story, it's a path. We're going on an adventure. The way they directed this, it was so beautiful. Mm-hmm. You always think like, oh, open and close case. Oh, hold up. Whoa. Okay, now it's open and close. Whoa! It kept unfolding. I was like, this is the greatest documentary I've ever seen.
Man, I'm gonna watch it because I like.
Text me immediately after, say, or yo, give me your opinion.
Yeah, my favorite is Bigger, Stronger, Faster. It's about this porn addict. No,
I was like, because it literally sounded like some sort of Pornhub intro.
No, it's about this it's about steroids. Was it anabolic steroids and stuff?
Yeah.
And basically, this guy, I just like the storyline of the guy's perspective because it's as not biased as he could be. And when you find out that we just completely lied to in the 80s and 90s about how muscles work and stuff like that. Every one of these dudes talking about some drink your vitamins. I'm just drink your vitamins. Drink your milk, eat your vegetables, all that stuff. You know, all that just lies, bro. Lies, man. They're on steroids, every one of them. And he came from a family full of those type of people. And it broke his heart when he found his brother was on steroids. And he tried to confront Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was his hero, his idol and stuff. And this is really good. I was like, it just drew me. I like when things where I have no intention on watching something.
Yeah.
And I don't stop watching until it's over. I go, wait, whoa, that was good.
Yeah.
So that's why I was bringing that up.
What is steroids illegal?
No, but these type of steroids are.
Why is it illegal? As in, can a normal person do steroids? Like if you're not in the league?
Well, anabolic steroids, yeah. I mean, it's illegal. It's illegal to purchase, and in certain organizations, if it gives you a what you call
edge.
Yeah, pretty much.
If I'm a normal dude, why can't I do steroids?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know. I shouldn't say I know because this is super allegedly, but you can tell The Rock once he wasn't wrestling no more, he started taking the real ones.
The real ones.
He was taking the efficient amount when he was wrestling for real.
Yeah.
But when he realized, like, oh man, I'll get more roles the bigger I get.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yo, I watched Central Intelligence. I don't know what year that came out. I was like, God, when he was him and Kev, they are a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Then I watched them recently. They have beefed up crazy bigger. I don't know what year that came out. And I looked at them side by side. I was like, yo, they have been in the gym.
Well, Kevin, I mean, he ain't gonna get no. If Kevin start getting real big, that's
you can see it in the neck. But when you say faces, like they both beefed up. I was like, when that movie came out, they both were big to me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I'm looking at The Rock right now. It came out 2016. Yeah, he didn't seem like. Yeah, he seemed like a fit dude.
Right.
Yeah, but he didn't seem like a. Yeah, he's a monster now. Yeah, and but yeah, I don't know if it's legal. You know, I can look that up, but I just know, like I said, I just like that the dude. It wasn't so matter of fact. The dude who was telling the story was completely heartbroken.
Yeah, and
went to confront. He's like, I'm about to go confront the hurt, and just so because he was a child watching this dude on a movie, just so happened that this dude got into politics, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of the state he lived in, and he was the front. It was like, man, it felt like I was watching a legit movie. I was like, oh, this is good. But that's what made me kind of look at more documentaries. I was looking for that bigger high.
Oh, another good documentary. Do I sound gay?
Let me see that.
It's a documentary on why do gay people, men, have the same accent. It's a great documentary.
Because they're imitating black women. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that.
I'm gonna leave it like that.
Jeremy about to get canceled, man.
No. That was the answer.
That's a common conception.
That was the answer. You see it? You see a documentary?
Let me see.
It's like a tongue.
Yeah.
Their tongue is hanging out and it has a rainbow on the tongue.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Come on, man. I grew up in the hood around black. You know what I mean? That's what it was. You know what I mean? That was the impersonation. We all sound like something. I put an impersonation like my regular voice. Then when I'm around like if I'm around like 3-4 niggas, you know what I mean? I'm gonna sound the same. When that fifth nigga come, then I'm like, yeah. Yeah, what? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just that we all put on a little something, but yeah, that's my perception of that. But yeah.
So Dion,
yep.
Who would play you in a biopic?
Great question. Me. People say I look like Von Miller. But he's younger than me though. So
that's what you want. You want somebody who can play you throughout your whole life.
Well, I don't know how good of an actor he is.
We going for the money, man.
and he's yoked too. So I'm like, cool. He hopefully they can make it happen. Me in a biopic. That's a great question. I haven't thought about that. I gotta see some little young, dark-skinned dude that can possibly do it. I don't know. It's gotta be tall. Great question.
I would say you could borrow mine's. The guy who played me in my biopic, because he was playing everybody. It was Chadwick Boseman, but he left us sadly.
You know who can play you though? The main character on Snowfall.
I got compared to. I don't know his name though. I got that.
And Greg can play Steve Harris, right?
Yes, man, he get that all the time.
I get it all the time. I get that one. Yeah, I can say I get that one. I had a dude in Hollywood start. He was the owner of a bar, and he started sending drinks over to me, man. I was like, I put it on everything. And I was like, nah, man. I'm a little smaller than him, man.
You better take advantage of that.
Oh, I get it. Method acting. Send him another. No. Hey, Dion, you ain't doing this on purpose, but like you was like you got us both and you sipped tea. Like you was like, yo.
Got him.
Like you serving back. That's funny. Let me see. Top 3 musicians.
Top 3 musicians. Woo! My top favorite musicians. I'm gonna go with T-Pain.
Really? Oh wow. You know that's not a bad choice.
Yep, T-Pain.
Okay. Have you seen him without the auto-tune?
Yeah, I've seen him live.
He's incredible, man.
Yeah. Love him.
Give him incredible. He can sing without auto-tune. Incredible. He can sing without auto-tune.
Yes.
But he incredible
emotions.
He's not Fantasia. It's like he can hold a note.
No, he can pull emotions. He can pull emotions. He can pull emotions out of people with his voice, and that's that part.
Yeah. Okay.
You say musicians. Like the thing is, I'm not a. I'm more of a fan of lyrics and he's consistency, lyrical and consistency. Not so much of like they can play stuff, but I'm a huge fan of wordplay. Eminem, like as a rapper, I was like, dude, how do you even try to write this? I try to steal the style. I can literally be like, I can't do this. I'm gonna take his rhymes and put him over here. I can't even do that because he finds a way to dance with the beat. Mm-hmm. And like normal ears won't hear it. But when you be like, I don't know how to even try to imitate this.
No, he's using his voice. It's almost like he's scatting. He's using his voice as an instrument.
Man.
And my Eminem story is, I said it a million times, but I'm gonna say it finds fitting for right now. So I went to this Dr. Dre showcase back, probably it had to be like 99, 98. And he introduced the Golden State Warriors, which was Exhibit, Saphir, and Razzcast. Incredible group, man. I mean, but I knew Razzcast, but I thought it was an incredible group. And they had this little white kid opening up for the showcase.
This little white kid.
I thought he was horrible, man.
Man,
on everything. I was like, with Dr. Dre, I'm like, what is this? Dude, it was Eminem. I didn't get it.
Boy.
There was a huge.
What year was this?
Like 98, maybe? 98, 96, 98, 97. But it was at a showcase. And he might have been out, though. He might have been out. But I whatever it was, I wasn't a fan. And it was a Dr. Dre party at Florentine Gardens. And he was showcasing new talent, new projects, new whatever. And I could not catch the beat, man. I could not catch it.
Eminem is on such a spectrum that I can easily see why somebody will listen to it and be like, this is completely trash.
Yeah.
Another person listen to it and be like, this is the best thing I ever heard. I mean, I can name some of his worst songs, man.
Yeah.
The fact that he can even be that or be allowed to be that artist says a lot about hip hop in general. Because what other genre of music can you have this one artist? You know, if you can't do that in gospel. You can't be talking about how much you love the Lord and then talking about poo-poo in the toilet and watch it go down. That's crazy.
I think because since hip hop is such a it was birthed as a black sport. Black people don't like to see the Larry Bird of hip hop. They don't like that. They don't like it's like, how is he just as good as Magic Johnson? They don't like that. They don't like the, oh man, I hear what you're saying, but I didn't grow up like that. I didn't grow up hating my mom. I refuse to like this guy. I refuse to invest my time and energy in this. And it's like, but do you hear what he said? I don't care what he said. I can't relate to that. And it's like, dude, you're not listening to him. When you hear your favorite MCs saying how Eminem raps in poetry, they be like, he does have like these asinine rhymes and these consonants and clusters of words, and he's literally having fun with the beat. And if the beat goes up, he'll rap with it. And I was like, it's such, like, I study it. And I was like, I can't even figure out his method.
Well, he lives, breathes, and eat it, man. And it's like, just like, you know, some people are good at different things, and he's just really, really like oddly good at just rapping. Like, to the point where even the flaws that come along with that being your sole skill. Yeah. Because I'll tell you right now that he's more commercialized and he doesn't have as many problems, and his daughter's grown. You know, a lot of his content tends to be rapidy rap. Yeah,
like talk about how great he is now. He had nothing to talk about no more.
Or he just lists other rappers, and it's like, you did this. This is the sixth time you've done this in a song.
Yeah. He's running out of things to talk about now.
And we have to give him the Troll Award. He was the first. He was the first, man. He got everybody's go.
Yeah,
he got everybody's go.
I was just looking at something how when him and Michael Jackson was beefing. Michael Jackson, he got time to go back and forth, so he just bought his publishing. He was like, I'm sick of this. But yeah, I think you got one more, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah. So
I'm talking about one more musician. Oh yeah. You think T-Pain, Eminem,
R. Kelly. Keep going.
Keep going. Nope. He's like, let's stay. All right, let's go. We're gonna cut this clip up and listen. It's gonna say R. Kelly. Like,
I say consistency, talent. I was like, when I see people just like, dude, you have a talent. You keep bringing out hits. Like I have to acknowledge, like, it blows my mind when people are so consistent. I study consistency. I love when people have a talent, they take advantage of it, and they keep maneuvering through how, you know, music evolves, and they keep pumping them out. But that's it.
So we're gonna hit you with the last one.
Okay.
Where do you see social progression going in the next 2 years?
I don't know what that means. Social progression. I have no idea what that means. You have to reword that.
All right. Where do you see the way that people interact evolving?
Okay.
Or digressing in the next 2 years?
That's a great question, man. I feel like social media is not going away. I feel like it's going to keep evolving. The algorithm is going to keep changing. People are going to keep evolving. And then celebrity, the term celebrity is going to be diluted. Because there's so many celebrities now. They're not special anymore. It's so crazy that a YouTube star to a child is equivalent to Reese Witherspoon because their access to seeing this person. You are famous to me. The movie theaters their numbers are dropping. Kids are spending more time on their phones than actually going to the movies, going on TV. So if that's the new thing, I feel like the term celebrity is going to be so diluted. Anybody over 50,000 followers is going to be considered a micro celebrity. And there's going to be like levels of that. And then with that being so diluted, money's going to start dropping. The money's going to start evening out. People are going to have to keep evolving on how am I relevant.
Man,
so there's somebody right now on CW right now that is the star of the show, but he only has 25,000 followers. But there is somebody who is on Instagram exclusively, 10 million followers. Who's a celebrity? So it's I feel like it really is going to have to. Social media is going to keep growing, keep evolving, and I feel like they're going to have to start paying people like YouTube, like by the minute.
I feel like right now but I don't have fear in me because I'm not into social media like that. But right now I feel the same way I felt when I was at a music conference in France called Midem back in like 2003, and a guy was telling me that the CD was going to be obsolete, and I was like, oh, I just came to this music convention with a CD to deliver it to these distributors, and you're telling me that the way that in my mind that I'm going to be able to make money and the group I'm working with is going to be able to make money is going to be obsolete and it's not going to be anymore. Yeah. And I was talking to this guy from Canada. He's like, nah, man, the CD is going to be gone, man.
Oh boy,
it's about to be a wrap. And I just remember going to my hotel and I couldn't even go to sleep. I was like,
yeah.
And I had a couple drinks and I was like, he said there's not going to be any more CD. Like, what are we going to do? But to your point, I'll add something to that. I think that something's going to happen in social media where it's just like the housing market or the economy. It's just going to bottom out, and then it's going to have to be rebuilt back up like a different way.
Yeah. That's how. It's like social media is going to be the new DVD to digital, the new CD to MP3. It's going to be a little weird shift of, oh my God, I built all these numbers up for what? And I had a crazy library of DVDs. It's obsolete now because everything is on digital. So I think a lot of people are going to hold on to their numbers. Like, man, I got 40 million followers on Instagram and TikTok. Like, we got to figure out a way to evolve. You can't just like, how crazy it is. Like the owner of TikTok and Instagram will be like, I don't want to do this no more. Shut down. What are we going to do?
People commit suicide, man. Literally, figuratively. Absolutely.
Yep. Unplug. Yeah. So they're gonna have to figure out a way to, because the owners of Instagram, TikTok, they have to keep evolving to keep it interesting, because they learned from Facebook. They learned that Facebook started 2001, 2, and it's an old person app now. There's no new people on Facebook. They're not getting new subscribers. So TikTok and Instagram learned from that we have to keep shifting. We have to keep moving things around to keep this interesting, because we don't want to be the new Facebook. This is why Facebook is trying to rebrand itself as Meta, and they're holding on to the Oculus and saying you have to have Facebook to use an Oculus. So they're figuring out ways to kind of do what the Apple market doing, of like exclusively. They're not letting go of Oculus. They're not letting that go, because you have to have a Facebook. Brilliant direction of that. Because metaverse is the new thing now. So TikTok and Instagram is trying to figure out like, oh, we have to keep changing it. We got to move the algorithms around. We're going to remove the pictures now. We're going to have a videos exclusive. They're trying to figure out ways that how can we keep young people here? What are young people into now? How we get 13-year-olds and 12-year-olds and 8-year-olds to use our app? Because there's no 8-year-old trying to get on Facebook. There's no 12-year-old trying to see what their grandmother talking about.
Hey man, that's where you got people over the age of 45 talking about, I'm going live. I'm going live.
Yeah. Jeremy looks sad. Like, yeah, my mom goes live every Saturday.
She's on TikTok. She does go live, and she has.
Wow.
It's funny because she has more TikTok followers than me.
Yeah.
Only thing she does on TikTok is talk about me, play my videos, show pictures of me, baby pictures, and all this stuff. It's like she's making more money. Like if I really pop, she gonna be selling my shirt, the bootleg version of my shirts. That's to get bread off me.
That's dope. Well, no, man. Thank you, Dion. This has been dope, man. I'm gonna shoot your email. I got a whole nother conversation for you, man. I want to pass by, but dude, I really appreciate the time.
Yeah.
The perspective. Man, I wish I would have knew about the comedy part. Nah, it was a cool situation. But like I said, before we went live, Jeremy knows everybody, man.
Hey,
and they're all on a level. That's pretty, that's pretty notable. That's pretty notable.
But Dion, like, it's one of my big bros in comedy, like for real, like one of the people held me down and evaluate me on a consistent basis, and also one of the people that can always remind me like, hey, this is where direction you should be going. So no, I appreciate it for that.
Yeah.
Next time I'll tell you guys about that time he got me on a porn shoot.
Yep.
So then
I had Jeremy walking in some high heels on a porn shoot.
Not walking high heels. They were on my hands. My hands. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Nah, dope. And so you got anything you want to shout out, Dion? Anything you got coming up? Anything we need to check out?
Yes, I have a hip-hop show that I shot 8 episodes. Trying my best to find the right home. We've been shopping around to several different networks and streaming platforms. A lot of bids of it, but we're just trying to find the right place for it so it makes sense for everyone. Really excited about it. Still shopping around my Christmas script. Looking for a right home for that as well. Think that's maybe one of my best work that I've ever did as far as a writer, and just want to sell that. And I want both of my businesses to continue to grow. I have 2 locations in Los Angeles that we rent out as a work share, rental venues. And that's pretty much it, man. Follow me at DionLack. I don't know if my name will be on the screen.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Mm-hmm. It has a money sign next to it. If you want to throw some dollars, by all means. If you're watching this and curious to know if I can shake something strange for a piece of change, I could. On my only hands. No, I have an OnlyFans that shows my hands like this. No,
I was probably
so what?
That's probably real. I go look it up right now.
But yeah, that's it.
Dope. And so with you, Jeremy, what you got coming up?
Only thing I want to promote right now is Sunday I'll be at the Laugh Factory Long Beach.
Hey.
Okay, I don't have no excuse this time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I ain't got no excuse, but yeah, I'm gonna hit you after. If I make it there, I'm gonna hit you after. I'm not gonna hit you before. I'm gonna have me some wangs.
This be pretty packed, so yeah, you good. Yeah, come through. This is a good one.
Okay, no, I'll make it. Well, no, man, I want to thank you, man. I really appreciate everything, Dion. It was dope. It was a dope conversation. Man, Jeremy never disappoints, man. He runs with a pretty elite crew of cats. And no, I definitely was educated on a few things. And once again, thank you, Jeremy. I know you just got back in town. You know what I'm saying? How were the shows?
Oh, amazing. DC was dope. I got to storm the Capitol, see Martin Luther King and stuff like that.
Storm the Capitol.
Yeah, that's what they call when you go to the Capitol and take pictures. They call that storming. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got to play it off like this. I'm just taking pictures.
Dope. Well, no, man. Thank you guys. That's been Splendid Radio on Pharcyde TV. Peace.